Okay, so if you've ever tried to get your finances in order, you know the feeling. You're just buried under this mountain of books, articles, podcasts, all of them shouting different advice at you. It is so overwhelming. But what if the real path to wealth wasn't about finding more information, but about getting the right information? Boiled down to its absolute essence. Let's dive into that.
Seriously, it feels like drowning, right? One person tells you to cut out every single tiny expense. Another says you got to go all in on some new risky investment. And then there's always someone insisting it's all about just manifesting wealth. What's the result of all this? We get paralyzed. We end up doing nothing at all, and that feeling of financial freedom just seems to drift further and further away. It's a classic case of too much noise, not enough signal.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do here. We have taken the timeless wisdom from over a dozen of the best financial books ever written and synthesized it all into one powerful, simple framework. We're calling it a mindset detox. The whole point is to cut through all that noise and give you a clear, actionable path forward.
So what is this condensed truth? Look, it's not some magic bullet. It's the core principles that pop up again and again and again in the most respected books on building wealth. We're going to walk through this framework together, step by step, and totally recalibrate your entire approach to money.
Here's the roadmap. It's really simple, built on just 3 pillars. First, we're going to talk about building financial systems that do the heavy lifting for you, automatically. Second, we're going to confront the emotional roller coaster of investing by learning how to tame Mr. Market. And third, we'll tap into the deep psychological fuel that turns a vague wish into a non-negotiable mission.
All right, let's jump into Pillar 1. Now, this is inspired by the brilliant insights from Atomic Habits, and it's all about a crucial shift. We're moving away from fuzzy, far-off goals and focusing on concrete, repeatable actions that actually get you there. Winners and losers often have the exact same goals. It's the systems that make all the difference.
And this slide just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you have a passive wish. Someday. On the right, you have an active machine. That's a system. It's setting up an automatic investment of 15% of your paycheck the day you get paid, or setting up auto bill pay so you never miss a payment and hurt your credit. It's a machine that works for you, day in and day out, without needing your willpower or motivation. It just compounds your wealth quietly in the background.
Okay, so your systems are running, you're starting to invest. That's when you run into the biggest obstacle of all, your own brain. And this brings us right to our second pillar, which draws its wisdom from Benjamin Graham's masterpiece, The Intelligent Investor. He teaches us that building wealth is at its core a psychological game. This quote from Graham, it's everything. It's the absolute foundation of smart investing. It's not about being a genius stock picker or perfectly timing the market. It's about controlling your own emotions. It's fear that makes you sell when prices are low, and it's greed that makes you buy when prices are sky high. The real fight isn't with Wall Street. It's with the person you see in the mirror.
To help us win this internal battle, Graham gave us this brilliant analogy he called Mr. Market. Just imagine your business partner is, well, an emotional wreck. Some days he's totally euphoric, offering to buy your shares for way, way more than they're actually worth. Then the next day, he's in a full-blown panic, practically begging you to take his shares off his hands for pennies on the dollar. That right there, that's the market's irrationality in a nutshell.
And this right here, this is your job. You don't have to play his game. You don't have to get caught up in his drama. You can just ignore him and stick to your plan. Or, even better, you can use his crazy moods to your advantage. When he's panicking and selling everything cheap, that's your time to look for a bargain. When he's deliriously happy and overpaying, maybe that's a good time to sell. Through it all, you are the rational one.
So, you've got your systems running on autopilot. You've learned how to manage your own emotions. What's missing? The fuel. The why. Our third pillar, inspired by the legendary Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, is all about transforming a simple wish for more money into a burning, obsessive desire that makes success feel completely inevitable.
And this isn't just fluffy, positive thinking. No, it's a very specific psychological process. You stop saying, I'd like to have more money, and you start saying, I will have $1 million in my investment account by December 31st, 2028. In return, I will dedicate 10 extra hours a week to my side business and invest every single dollar of profit. You feel the difference? It turns a foggy hope into a crystal clear, non-negotiable mission.
So let's pull these 3 powerful pillars together, because this isn't just a random collection of tips, right? It's a unified mindset. It's a completely new operating system for how you approach creating wealth. And the best part is, each piece makes the others stronger.
And here is where it all just clicks into place.
Think about how these parts work together. Your automated systems, they handle the boring work, making your progress almost effortless. Your emotional discipline, your power over Mr. Market, that protects those systems from your own worst impulses. And that burning desire, that's the fuel that keeps you going, that gives you the strength to stay disciplined when Mr. Market is screaming in your ear. It becomes this complete, self-reinforcing loop.
We've cut through all the noise, all the complexity, and found the condensed truth. So the real question isn't what to do anymore, it's what will you do next? Let's forget the vague goal of getting rich. Let's make it real, right now. What is the very first, concrete, automated system you are going to build to start this journey?